Hello, this is David from DN Cognitive Counseling. I've been asked recently about the controversy that happened with Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman and the aspect of them pushing their children to get into colleges, in a sense, through bribery. And the question I've been asked is, what are the thoughts about this in terms of parenting and the way that parents deal with their children? Thinking about this for a moment, there's the aspect of people that will say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, and you want to show love to your children by giving them the best foot forward. You want to help them by being able to help them get to be their best. And that is true. But I want you to think for a minute, do you feel, if it was you and your parents did this, that your parents believed in you? Or would you feel that your parents were lacking that you had the ability to get there on your own, and they had to cheat the system in order to get you into a place that you really don't belong? Now, it's sad that in today's day and age, that colleges don't have that much difference in terms of ability. Meaning when you come out of college, you're not anymore prepared for the real world. I'm not sure if they ever did, but for sure today, they really don't. The majority of degrees that people walk out with, they have a lot of debt, but really no ability to be able to get higher paying jobs or much more higher paying jobs than years past. I think partially that's due to the fact that the education system has been watered down to a great degree. And plus, a lot of people don't major in things that are actually teaching them things that they're going to need to do for later on. And that's a problem with the education system in itself. But what's worse is that the child themselves who have these types of things happen emotionally sometimes feel that they're not good enough, that their parents really don't believe in them. Now, is that a message you want to give to your child? Wouldn't it be better to encourage your child to be the best that they can, to get to where they can get to on their own, and their ability to be successful on their own 2 feet? This is part of the reason why we have in today colleges safe spaces. Children today have not been taught how to be able to take on all the emotional struggles through life. We protect them. We have childhood seats that now you can, basically have a nuclear war and your child will be safe. We have the idea of wearing helmets when they're riding their bicycles because we don't want them to get hurt. But, there's some great videos that if you look back in the 1960s and all those people grew up, that, I'm sure there was some accidents, but it created an ability, a toughness to be able to tolerate more things. In today's day and age, children are not being taught to be able to tolerate almost anything. There used to be a statement, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Today, words are the destructive aspect of self. If you say something to me, I am now feeling assaulted and hurt, and I can't tolerate your words. It's one of the biggest problems today that people can't have a conversation without having huge disagreements because there's no respect for the fact that we can disagree but still be respectful of one another. Because your disagreement is an assault on me, and I can't tolerate that assault. When you push your child so hard to put them in a position where they're not capable, you're setting them up to be hurt and for failure. It's not a mistake that so many people suffer from something called imposter syndrome. That is that you're in your job doing what you're supposed to be doing. You think from the outside you look like you're doing well, but internally you feel like you're a fake. This has to do with getting the participation trophies. For showing up, here you go. We don't give children any more realistic sense of self. We try to make them have a self-inflated sense of self. And this is why this has struck a nerve with so many people. Because this encompasses trying to put children in places not necessarily where they belong, but it makes them feel better about themselves. I want you to think again. What would you want for you? To be able to get to the things in your life that you've gotten to? Or to be put into a situation where you're not ready for? In my groups, I ask many times for people that suffer with an addiction, would you want a certificate today of completion on their first day? I'll go around the room and we'll give everybody a certificate of completion. And of course, most people go, sure, I would want that. Then I say to them, if you were in medical school, how many of you on your first day would want that degree? And of course, they all say they wouldn't. And the reason why is they really don't want the information to learn how not to use substances. They just want to satisfy the agency that's pushing them to come. While the person recognizes that they're in medical school, that they need certain information in order to be able to practice. Too many times we're giving the wrong message to our children. We have to help them to understand what they're trying to learn and why. We don't want them to have an inflated sense of self instead of giving them the ability to learn what they need to learn to be able to be self-sufficient. If you were putting your child into a martial art class, would you say put him in the black belt class on day one? I don't think so. They're likely to get hurt in that class. You put them in the white belt class because that's where they belong. And again, I don't think that neither Lori Loughlin nor Felicity Huffman was trying to hurt their child. They were trying to do, in my opinion, at least from what I understand, the best for their kids. They thought they're giving them a leg up. Again, the long result of that is going to be a child that may feel like they didn't get to a place where they belonged on their own merit, which in the long run is going to hurt them. It's something to think about, and I hope that we will learn from this to parent in a way that sets our children up for success. I thank you very much for joining me again today. If you like this video, please hit like. If you did not like the video, please tell me why, and if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear it. If you like this channel, please subscribe. And again, if you agree with my endeavor to try to help people in terms of parenting in general, please hit the subscribe star and become a patron. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.